Ah, shit, cards. Oh, sorry. Hello everybody. Today we are playing Steady as She Goes. Like, the city's in a bit of turmoil, but after the failed trading that happened last Sunday, but yesterday the crew really buckled down, studied some stuff, did nothing but successes there. So the city is being rebuilt quite well. They have studied new medicine quite well. You have enhanced the shields around your communicators, and you have more knowledge about the surrounding areas like fauna. And it's time to take the airship out into this new world as the crew tracked down a signal that they received northwest of the Silver Thimble. They discovered this signal while they were fleeing the wasp nest that literally destroyed most of the party. And that is where we're going to start. It's not even a long recap. So, huzzah. So we have, this is Steady as She Goes, and we have Akhana, played by Akhana.
Hi.
We have Ento, who is played by Corey.
Hello.
We have Tlalli, who is played by Trixxie.
Hi.
And we have Nichol, who is played by Professor Winter.
Evening, everyone.
I almost said we have Nichol played by Officer Trafford. So, welcome to the game. Let's start off with, well, the map. So, we're all at the Silver Thimble, and navigations, that is 3 of you, have been sending out the sonar and stuff, and this is what you find. This is what where the ping as to someone with a communicator of yours is. You have come to realize that you've been told by some of the people who have come to visit the Silver Thimble that there's a city called Dyad. And that is where you should go. Akhana, can you give me a 20-sider, just right away?
Oof.
Just to set the tone of the game, that's
I mean,
all.
sure.
Okay.
I mean, I saw a 20.
I saw it was definitely a 20 for a second. It's still there. It's just mocking
an
you.
8. It's so okay. Yep, it's an 8.
So, do you want to be able to more accurately zero in on the ping, or do you want some information about the city? That is your tough choice.
I figure out we're gonna find out what the ping is, so I want to know more about the city.
Absolutely. From a distance and from some of your crew, Akhana specific crew, you have discovered that the city of Dyad is a incredibly large metropolis in the on this side of the world. It's the biggest city here. It looks like a mixture of 1920s New York with just what if it had a ton of castles all through it. They have cars, they have riverboats that go down canals.
Oh damn.
And in your report, they're not 100% sure what it means, but it says they have 2 kings. They have a East King and a West King. But they did not discover the names of these kings. So that is the information that you have. And oh, sorry everyone, today's game is the first one where we're going to take the airship out. You're going to travel to the city via airship. If that's cool with you guys, you can take the sub if you want to.
No, I'm personally
Airship
a
works.
lot better with the airship than the sub, so
I don't mind riding the airship.
All right. So, quick question. Everybody in the chat, you guys are also on the airship. You're coming along on this adventure. Ow, ow, ow. Nika, I can hear you typing a lot.
A lot.
So, are you guys? Quick question. Do you guys plan on like making yourself loud and unknown? Not loud, but like not sneaking into the city. Not Or it's like, are you sneaking in, or do you just like letting them know that you're coming, kind of deal?
Yeah, I think that's it. Is that team conversation?
Yeah, you guys can have the conversation for sure.
Tlalli does not care. So it's up to you guys.
I mean, it's how close they are on the map. You know, like basically
They're-
we could paddle boat from the tree to their shore,
For sure, like you could get
so they
out.
could see us.
Yeah,
Like they
could
see our
you
tree
coming,
and the
but you don't.
library.
Yeah, you don't have to land in the city, so that they don't feel like that. If you're worried that they feel like you'll be. Sorry. If you are worried that they will assume that you are attacking them, I don't think that is really going to be a case. But you could land outside as a show of respect for sure.
yeah, I'm personally fine with doing the whole respect thing,
Mhm.
at least until we find out whether they're the jerks or we're the jerks.
Yeah, I don't want to start
Or
this
both.
off.
Yeah, everybody can be jerks. All right, so let's move right over to this screen real quick. And as you approach the city, and it's a beautiful city. It has tons of bridges and like this giant river like leads and becomes canals, and it's just gorgeous all the way across. And like you do see cars going. You also see an abundance of amphibian people. Not all of them, but there are most certainly axolotl people. There are
Nice.
not gecko. There are salamander people all over of all colors. There are frog and toad people. There are tadpole people and little kids that are just tadpoles swimming in the river. It's just like this city is full of them. And as the airship begins to land, like you notice that there is somebody sitting on the ground, or not sitting on the ground, like there are people standing with like flashlights that look like they're guiding you down, like a landing crew.
Ooh, that's nice.
Following their instructions, absolutely.
Oh, I'm sorry, Trixxie, I didn't give you your frog.
How dare you?
Trixxie,
Oh yeah, he has to be
Trixxie's
here.
frog.
I forgot his name. Did he have a name?
No.
We should name him.
I'm now gonna have.
Tlalli just calls it frog.
So do I.
All right,
So-
I'm gonna call him Frog 2. Frog.
It's
Frog.
just frog 2.
No, just Frog.
I mean, I got distracted by Fogue. Let me put this guy. This guy down here is one of the ones just like leading you, and there does appear to be a small crowd like gathered around you, gathered around where it's landing. It's like, and as the airship lands, there's just all the people just applaud. They're all just cheering. You see confetti and like streamers go flying everywhere, like super excited, like a marching band starts up.
Oh damn.
Like just
There
people
is no way this is for us.
I think you're right.
You see banners that say "Welcome HTML Wanderpus."
No, how did they know we were? Good thing we didn't try to sneak in. Jeez.
Can all four of you roll me a 20-sided? Even with a 1, nothing bad happens. It's just like with a high roll, you can know something fun.
Come on. Stupid glitchy dice.
Tlalli so far is the only one that get. No, it's Tlalli and Nichol. They are definitely playing a marching band version
Oh no.
of Whistle Stop.
No, no.
Like,
That's fantastic.
100%. These people are playing Whistle Stop.
I am incredibly disturbed right now.
Yeah, Tlalli doesn't like this either. It's weird.
Me as a player, oh my god, I love it. As a character, yeah, that's. Mm-mm.
Oh, don't worry, you don't realize unless the other
No,
ones tell you.
yeah. I think.
Yeah.
Come on, I mean.
I'm gonna
heard it
shrink
so
you
many
guys down
times.
just so you fit the thing. So who gets out of the ship first?
Apparently I do, because I have this really nice badge handy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'm gonna put you. You guys should be able to move your tokens. If you can't, let me know. Alright, excellent, you can. Okay. So this large man comes up and he's just. Oop, he's been shot. It's terrifying. Like,
Media
he-
assassination.
he like walks forward and he's like using a cane to like lean, and he's just like this really big salamander guy, and he's just like conducting the music as he walks past with like raising his hand that's not on his cane, like really enjoying the moment. And he's like, chuff 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 chuff, welcome my friends to Dyad. We kindly welcome the crew of the HTML Wanderpus. Alas, today you did not bring your sub, but I am excited to see this fascinating technology. And he walks forward and like puts his hand out to shake Officer Trafford's hand.
I will indeed shake his hand, the one that is not holding the cane, of course.
Move the frogs. And he has quite the grip. And he just shakes your hand. He's like, "Oh, I've heard much about you, Nichol."
I'm afraid you have me at a bit of a disadvantage. We weren't expecting, honestly, anyone to know us.
How could we not? We're nearly neighbors. And he's just like, keeps shaking the hand. Who's next in line?
I'm still trying to read him.
Okay.
Glory. No. Go up there.
Ento walks up and hello, sir.
The prodigy Dr. Ento himself. And he's just like, he takes his cane up, he picks his cane up and taps it on his knees. He's like, perhaps I could have you look at these knees. Chuff, 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 chuff.
Prodigy?
I've heard many a tale. There's rumors that you once cured a whole army.
I mean, not whole, but like, you know, like, oh. Here, have a lollipop.
He's like, I don't mind if I do. I can't pass up on the sweets. And you see him tap his stomach a little bit. So is it Akhana or Tlalli next? Are you guys hiding?
No, definitely not hiding, but I was trying to glean some more of
Oh shit!
like how sketchy is this situation.
I guess
can
I
roll
could go next.
Okay. So Tlalli gets off, and Tlalli, this man seems super familiar to you. like super familiar, and he's looking at you, and he's like, "Who is this fine specimen of river folk?" And like he picks his cane up and like tucks it under his armpit and like shuffles quickly towards Tlalli. And it looks absolutely adorable. And it's like, I don't think that we have met, or I feel as though we've known each other forever. I am Sal A. Mander.
Is this related to the Salamander King?
He is the king and current mayor and future mayor of this fine city.
Well, I mean, like my Salamander King, or the one in Seasonings.
He looks like he could be the brother of the Salamander King from Seasonings. Just wearing clothes and a tiny little top hat.
It's weird.
I'm like laser focused on her reaction.
Tlalli's just gonna pull her frog closer to her, and I don't know. She doesn't like this guy.
What a fantastic steed! And like he goes in and just starts petting your frog and get like rubbing the belly. It's like,
Frog
oh my.
really licks him.
Oh yeah, he loves it. He's just like, ha ha!
You're not supposed to like that. What the hell?
And he looks at the ship where Akhana's just trying to get a read of him. Do you want to roll a 20-sider, Akhana?
I mean, yes and no.
You don't have to. You don't have
No,
to.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
Dear.
Of course,
Oh,
of
dear.
course. When I was like, oh, it couldn't be a 1.
You see him like look at the deck of the ship and sees Akhana, and he's like, "Don't you worry, navigation officer Akhana. You're safe here." And he gives you like, when he says navigation officer, he gives you a wink.
First of all. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, come
I'm
here.
gonna play off that I'm off put. Well, I can't do it very well because I rolled a 1. So I'll probably trip coming down the deck, face plant, and then hop up and introduce. Well, I guess I don't have to introduce myself. You already know about me. Nice to meet you, sir.
There's like multiple little frogs like come to your side to help you on your face. Like, it's okay, don't. We're fine. He's like, everybody's nervous their first time in the big city, and he like casts his cane over the city. He's just like, no. Who wants the tour? And like he slaps his cane down on the ground, and like it bounces, and he snatches it out of the air. And he's just like, he starts twirling it as he walks deeper into the park, and the music is still playing, but people are keeping a respectful distance around you.
I guess I do want the tour.
Of course you do! Who wouldn't want the tour? I'm currently pasting Tlalli's frog into all of the maps so that I don't have to do it later.
Very important.
It's very important. So he begins walking into deeper into, it's basically Central Park, but what if fantasy Central Park? Can you guys tell I like New York City?
A little bit.
He like heads off into this little grotto, like, and everybody else is like keeping very far respectful distances. And he's just like, I'm sure you have much you would like to discuss. Please, what brings you to my fine city today?
Well, to start, we're trying to figure out our own neighbors for one thing.
It's like, of course. The personal touch. I like it. You see him like look over at Akhana for a second, and then look back.
Okay.
It just, That's implying that he knows that like you have, if not spies, have been like trying to glean information. That's what that one is gonna keep doing. He knows.
How long is it gonna keep doing?
He from now on he knows that you are the spy master of the crew.
That's fine.
Not everybody knows, but he knows. This is like, I heard you got in a bit of a had a tiny falling out with the mayor people. I hear you visited them and it did not go. And he like raises one of his hands and like does the back and forth perfectly well. They can be a tough group to trade with their high ideals. And the bees. I don't quite understand the bees.
But do you communicate with them a lot? Guys, like, have a, communication array?
We do a fair amount of trading with the mayor. They supply us honey and we brew the mead with it. Like, some of our establishments are quite fond of it.
Yeah, I do know someone who's really disappointed that they're not going to have that supply of honey for their own meat attempts.
You can always fix that. You can patch up problems with the mayor. They are pretty forgiving folk. Maybe to their own detriment at times.
Well, I'll have to take your word for that. I'm not much of the diplomatic type myself.
He's like, a man of action, I understand. I've heard tale. And like, you see he has a whole like tea set up on this that is like steaming hot, like it was ready and waiting. He's like, please help yourselves, as he sits down and starts like sipping out of, it's basically like a punch bowl sized cup of tea for him. Because he's very large. I think he's probably like 12 feet tall. Like, he's bigger than any of you.
Noted.
He's probably like 6 to 8 feet wide. He's big.
Okay, so I was really reaching up when I shook his hand then.
Oh, yeah, like...
I'd have to hold Tlalli up to shake his hand.
Oh,
like,
no, I didn't even offer.
He has shown nothing but affection towards Tlalli, even if Tlalli's like off-put by him. He does not recognize it as like not liking him. He's just like, all right.
Look, you look like the Salamander King, but you're not the Salamander King, okay?
But I am the Salamander King.
No.
Yes, I
There's only
am.
one Salamander King.
Yeah, I am the Salamander King. Not the
No.
fire kind.
Absolutely not.
He stomps his foot in a little huff. He's just like, I am the Salamander King. You see him like reaching into his pocket and he pulls out an ID and he hands it to Tlalli.
Salamander King doesn't have an ID.
But I do. And he this has to be like the size of like a poster. And it just says like Sal A. Mander, King of East Side of Dyad. And then like in permanent marker it says future mayor.
So
Look, man, you're not gonna convince her.
So I noticed you said the future mayor a couple of times. Just of like the east section or all of it, or
Oh no. See, as I know, I'm well aware that you are new here, and the situation that brought you here is a bit beyond my grasp. But I hope in time we'll come to figure that out as well. You see, Dyad has been ruled by 2 kings, or 2 queens, or a king and a queen, or once in a very strange case, it was ruled by two princes. That was a very confusing time. Since forever, always two leaders. But we have begun a movement. We don't believe in the monarchy anymore. It is time for future expansion. It is time to leave the past in the past. We must all work together. No crowns, no kings. We will have duly elected mayors. And this city will run like clockwork. And you see him like staring up into the sky, like into the skyline. Hopefully, like just,
Oh, so you what? No, just go ahead now.
Oh no, that's it.
I was wondering when you said we don't believe in the monarchy anymore, do you have a contingency of followers or people who believe the same?
Most certainly. And he's just like, you will see them around the city. Like, there are many strikers that we have formed a grand union to break down this out-of-date belief. I strongly believe that the future is within all of us. And he motions back towards your airship. And I think that you all, with the technology you bring, we could make something special of this world. And then like, on his tea. Like, really just the worst slurping. But he thinks that he's doing it classy. Both of his pinkies are up.
Question. Are there biscuits with the tea?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so Ento sips his tea and picks up a biscuit, and is there nutmeg in these at all?
And he just like tilts his head. He's just like, honestly, oh no, he's like, absolutely not. We have your dietary restrictions. And he pulls out a list and like looks it up and down, and you see that it is the exact same list that is like embroidered into your lab coat.
He opens his lab coat and kind of like double checks, like, oh yeah, all right, thank you. And he starts munching on the biscuit. What kind of opposition have you been facing with this new initiative of government?
It's mostly the absentee king. We haven't seen him in a very long time. He has not deigned to leave his room. But since he will not leave the room, we have decided to move forward without him. Into the future, we can't just have one man dictating our lives. Wouldn't you agree?
Are you sure he's
I mean
alive?
Well, I'm sorry.
Question.
I'm sorry. You mentioned the room. Honestly, it sounded like you had some scare quotes around that.
Room. It's a palace, and he points off towards the west side, and it is a large, like very like beautiful looking tower, very Art Deco. I can't move you to that right now because there's a lot of stuff going on that map. Let me see. It's here we go. Move you here. It's just like beautiful, like tower meets like our skyscraper meets a castle situation. It's like it's beautiful, it's like lavish. It's got stained glass windows, it's got tons of planters outside. And that's just what you can see from the park. He spends all his days sitting in that room. Doesn't deign to come out here with the rest of us.
Are you sure he's alive? Like, have you smelled? Have you?
We know he's alive. He's been sending out for strange foods, and he makes his orders known. but
But
the orders
nobody's
make.
seen him.
Oh, people see him all the time, but I won't have conversations with him anymore. It's not worth my time. And we must bring on this new world as quickly as possible. He is really trying to. He really seems to be trying to slow down progression.
Does this other king, I mean, I assume he has a name.
You see him like. He starts to think it's like, we go by titles here. As kings, you would only refer to him as the king of the western side, and me as the king of the eastern side, but I have thrown that title aside, and I recognize myself as Sal A. Mander, and I would like to be mayor. And he hands you his card, which again is huge, because it's like a card for his size. Like a whole sheet of paper. And it just says no crowns, no kings. Sal A. Mander for mayor. So as you all are enjoying your tea, or if whether you're not enjoying your tea, just staring at your tea, another one of his like frog guards comes up to him and just whispers into his ear, and he's like, of course, it would have to be on a day like today. And he slowly stands up. Alas, I'll have to leave you for now. I'm sorry that I couldn't take the tour, couldn't show you all more of the city. Feel free to have a look around and I hope that eases your suspicions. And he just like walks past and like squishes Tlalli's frog on the chin.
How dare you?
Evil eyes the whole time.
And it's like, find me at he's like, find me at my tower, and he motions to the east side, and you do see this like incredibly large tower on that side as well. You can see it from the park. It looks like this. Significantly more modern. It's like, and once you are done, of course, like I will prepare rooms for all of you, and we could definitely just continue this conversation then. And like he starts like just walking away, like, using his cane, but also whistling whistle stop the whole time.
Once he's safely out of earshot, I'll start up there. I am really uncomfortable how much he knows about us.
Gonna bring up the how did you get our personal information, like dietary restrictions? That seems
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't even know you had dietary restrictions.
Oh, I'm allergic to so many things. And he just
Good to
opens
know.
up his lab coat again and just shows him like the entire list on both sides. Like, yeah, my mom sewed these into my jacket here, just so I'd never forget.
Oh, really? That kind of dressing?
Yep.
Ento can't have Caesar dressing.
That dressing.
You didn't seem to know much about me, but not a lot of people do, so fair.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried that at least he was good at pretending he knew a lot about me. Who knows, maybe he actually does.
I mean, usually new people I meet find out eventually I'm a spy, but they don't know before I like walk off the ship or fall off the ship, whatever.
You know, well, I can think of one place where he might have been able to get that information, but
Where'd that be?
well, we were here to look for a communicator. Who's a communicator? And what did that person know?
I mean, did we take a head count like right before or right after the shield went up? Or
Yeah, I haven't heard of anybody missing, but
No help there. I was kind of in a coma during half the shield thing.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
So yeah, you guys have the run of the city. Like you do see, like there are people like in paddle boats. Like now that Sal's not in the gazebo anymore, like people have begun like paddle boating around, and some of them have cameras and they're taking like pictures of you guys.
Mm.
And they're like most like good, like I would say 90% of the people that you are seeing are some kind of amphibians.
So we're on the east side right now.
You are like the park is dead center of the city.
Okay.
Is Wog a racist comment? Polywog? It says I need a Poppin tried to say I need a polywog paperboard, but it like.
Officially, yeah, but not in
Oh
the
god!
use that it's.
I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah, if I said it,
it is? I thought it was
is.
Pokemon.
my bad. I didn't mean to offend anybody. I didn't know. My ignorance is not excusable. I'm sorry.
Wait.
But yeah, there are definitely tadpole people like swimming around in the water, and they probably are wearing like the little newsy caps and like. And there's just like tons of people all around, and you start like as soon as Sal like is completely out of sight, the murmur of the city starts picking up. Like his presence was keeping it quiet, but now like you guys can just hear everything, like all the honking in the city. Like you see boats going. Some of the boats are going too quick. There's definitely like motorcycle adjacent water like vehicles as well, like doing like deliveries.
Are we seeing this on both like the east side and the west side?
Yes, but the majority of people that are like in the vehicles are wearing blue. And you can see that the flags on the east side are blue and the flags on the west side are red.
Or red, yeah. I saw that on the map.
Show everybody one more time. Diane.
Well, this seems like a good moment to try to take a look at how the other side lives.
I would agree.
Yeah, I want to know if the townspeople maybe can tell us a better, unambiguous side of the West King.
Or do we want to try to see if we can get a meeting with the Western King?
Yeah,
Or
I
at
kind of
least-
want to see what's going on with him, because, like, I don't know people well, but with animals, sudden changes in personality and stuff usually means something's wrong.
If he's
Okay.
ordering food, we might be able to find out how to facilitate that and be the delivery people.
Yeah, or at a very minimum, even meet with some of the people who are running things while the other king's up there.
Like front office staff. I don't know. Like
You
Yeah.
guys
20s,
are
I don't
still
know.
tracking that communicator though. Like if you that does take a roll from any of the navigations. Then there's 3 of you navigations crew here.
I got a card for this. Hold
Oh,
on,
do you?
hold on. Yes, I do.
Oh wait, I still have that candle thing, don't I?
Where is it? Where is it? Haha.
If I accidentally close your character sheet, Trixxie, I'm sorry. I don't know why sometimes when I close the character sheets, it closes it for you guys too. I don't know.
It's fine. I'm looking at stream.
Is it hide and seek? Are you playing hide and seek?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are.
I got a few of those.
So you're looking for the communicator, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like, it is pinging at that at Sal's tower.
Not surprised.
The communicator is there.
I mean, we will circle back there, but I definitely want to investigate the west and see if we can talk to the West King.
All right. So you guys can head off to the west side. Let me make sure I've got the correct. Yeah, this one is one. Sal, you don't belong on this map. So you guys make your way to the west side of the city, and it is quieter on this side, and the city and the buildings are more castle-like. They're more architectural, all very well made stone buildings. Sorry. All like stone buildings. They appear to be like roughly cut out of like one giant rock for the most part. Corey, can you give me Ento, can you give me a 20-sider, please?
Absolutely.
Oh, a tough choice. All right. So you see like looking down an alley, you see yeah, we're going to look down this alley again. Can I grab these guys? Nope. There we go. Boop. You happen to see, like, this is on the way to the house where the Western King presides. But somebody's like trying to make it through, and you see 3 people standing with picket signs that each say, like, in some way or the other, "No crowns, no kings," and they're chanting over and over again. And somebody tries to get past them, and they push him down, like. And I'm just gonna accept it like you didn't get there in time to stop it, but you do see like this little salamander guy, like his. He had a basket of food, and he got pushed down. It's like nobody gets past here. It's like you can't cross the picket line. And it's like I was just trying to deliver. It's like nobody gets past, and they throw like some dirt in this guy's face, and they take his basket. But that's what you see happening down there.
All right. Did the rest of the party see that as well?
I think it's just you with the mixed success. Like you had to stay back. You had to stay back from the crew. Like they're ahead of you now a little bit, like the rest of the party. And like you stopped and turned and saw this happening, but you're the only one that saw it.
All right. So Ento shouts to everybody like, "Hey, come here real quick."
Oh, I'm heading over. You find something?
Well, it looks like some protesters of some sort, but they're kind of jerks. Like, this dude was trying to deliver something, and they just stole his basket and said nobody gets through. I'm wondering, like, that basket might be our way in.
Like, they're all chanting, like, at this guy's face as he's trying to argue. They're chanting very loudly, "No crown, no king, no crown, no king." And it becomes, like, you know what bullfrogs in the middle of, like, a really, like, loud chanting that they do in the middle of summer? It sounds like that, and it just really picks up and is echoing through this alleyway, super loud.
Is there a way around? Any other
Um,
alleyways?
There are probably other streets that lead to this. There are definitely other streets that lead to this building. If you want to get around them, you could go above them, because you could but if you want to get around them, you would have to go through them. If you want to take this alley to the place. But this little lizard's gonna walk back. And he sees you all like looking at him at the end of the alleyway. He's like, "Oh, hello."
I'm gonna ask Nicole if he has any other of those convincing badges.
I mean, you can take mine. Give me a moment. I might have an extra one here.
Just so you know, for those convincing badges, they know who you are. At least
Oh.
3 know who you are.
Right, but this delivery kid doesn't.
That's fair. That is also fair.
And the protesters, they know?
The protesters definitely know who you are. Like, they are looking at you.
Me or everybody.
All 4 of you. Like, the one in the
Great.
middle is
That's fabulous.
specifically very smugly looking at you, like,
I'm gonna have a staring contest with them.
Oh, shit. Give me a 20-sider.
Do it.
Okay, one more.
This could change things. Do it.
Oh, sorry, that was a 12. Was it?
Woo!
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
There we go.
But mine was an 18.
Oh.
Wait,
This guy is
Wait,
way
I
better
can
at not blinking.
I'm gonna raise that by a 1 because I'm petty.
Oh, shit.
You
guys are on the same level of not blinking.
Yeah, I was going to say there.
Wait.
Make sure he's not cheating with some sort of eye membrane.
Oh wait, no, never mind. Oh wait, can I use a wild card to raise it by 1?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Totally wasting it, but I
No,
don't
it's
care.
a good idea. Keep going. I'm totally behind you.
These 2 are just, staring at each other hard.
Bring my frog into it too.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Solidarity.
Are we just all gonna stare him down now?
Oh, if you guys
I'm
want to,
not-
I mean,
try
unless we
to
have another
intimidate, go for it.
I'm going to check if the guy's okay. The one who got pushed down.
That's a good
Oh.
idea.
He's just while Tlalli and Ento and the frog are all just fucking doing the eyes, the fingers into the eyes and looking at him like "Bucka."
I was actually thinking of telling the frog to do that, Wander.
So the guy's just like, yes, I'm okay. They'll give up after a while. I hope.
Huh.
It's like
They've been doing this for a while.
recently they've started really picketing the castle. He calls it the castle, and you can see over the top of the entryway it just says the castle. He's just like, they don't like the king.
Yeah, I've heard a few things about him. Any idea what's going on?
He's been in a funk lately. It's fine. Some people get in funks. But he is a beloved king. He's well respected. We all we love our king. And he's in a funk. We all get in a funk, right? You understand?
Well, any idea why? It seems
He-
like that.
He looks up at you. He's like, "Wait, who are you?"
Me, I'm a pilot.
Of a riverboat?
Not quite.
And he looks over and he looks at Akhana. And he looks at Ento. He looks at Tlalli for a second, but then looks back at Ento. He's just like, "You guys aren't from around here." Looks back at Tlalli. "You might be."
No, we are we're visitors. I'm a doctor, and we heard about the king's condition, and I wanted to see if I could offer my services.
Oh, you're like a brain doctor.
Yeah.
Ah, fantastic. That's exactly what we need. It's just like most of the, he like leans in. He's like, most of the doctors have gone to the west and to the east side. Like something about scientific advancements, whatever that means.
Ento just kind of shrugs and yeah, I don't know.
And he's like, right, exactly. I believe that doctoring is what doctoring should be, what it's always been. Like, if somebody's sick, you give them some leeches.
Or
Right?
you drill a hole in their head.
Or you drill a hole in their head. Maybe the king thoughts out. If we can drill the evil, like, the sad thoughts. Oh, my bad. Like, all we need to do is get in there, put a tiny little hole in the king's head, and it'll get all the sad thoughts out, right?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
my
we're gonna have to tip him on his side to like get him out. But yeah, absolutely, little
tipping
buddy.
him on his side. He's big.
Well, I mean, and we might be able to convince him to, just kind of lean his head over a little bit. But that's a fantastic idea, and we want to help.
Oh, I'm so excited. Come on, maybe I can introduce you to a friend of mine. We might be able to help.
Just to check while you're doing this, do you have enough like fabric or towels to get the bad thoughts? Soak it
Towels?
up. Well, something to soak up all the bad thoughts so they don't just fall on the ground.
Tlalli, can you give me another 20-sider to see how your like staring contest is going?
Just making sure she's not gonna pass out. Yeah. Oh yes.
It is neck and neck, or sorry, eye and eye.
Eyes and eyes.
This grumpy one over here, like, breaks out of the line and starts walking towards Tlalli, and he's just like, okay, you've made your point. And he reaches back and he like pulls out a card, and it has like an address on it, and it's it just says HR Lincolntons, Linkertons, and he's just like, if you're looking for a job, here you go. Come to that office. We'll set you up. Like, get you a sign and a nice suit yourself. I feel like you could do this job really well. It's like that. And we got news that the mayor likes you. And like one of the frogs like rolls his eyes. No idea why.
I'm gonna stare at that frog now.
Oh shit, it's definitely the one on the left here.
The really, really smug one.
Yeah, it's on.
You got this.
I hate the words "eye fucker" so much. Nika said Tlalli professional eye fucker, and I don't like it.
Ban from talking about Tlalli ever again.
Alright, so the little gecko guy, little salamander guy, also not the fire type. So it's like, come on, this way. And he's just like hustling down the street.
Wait, they're taking us?
He has somebody he wants you to meet.
Oh, right, sorry.
But Tlalli has a card to join the Linkertons.
I mean, it sounds like an inn, but I don't want you to go off on your own. Then we have 2 communicators to locate.
He's just gonna mumble the birds want to eat him.
Like all the at the mention of birds, all of them look up. No, they stay in the forest, and they all look to the west, like suspiciously.
Like, probably time to go while they're distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are all like repeatedly checking the skies. Nichol, roll me a 20-sider as they check the skies. Ooh.
Not good.
Nope. You notice nothing. Like it is just 3 frogs checking the skies.
I have a suspicion. I think I know what's up, but I probably can't roll to find out for sure.
What do you think is up, and how would you find? Like, how would you try to find?
Well, because of the card that I saw the card. Yeah, I was standing right next to her. They were paid to pick it here. They're all wearing blue coats. So it seems like this ties back to the east side, possibly an extension of the quote-unquote mayor's campaign.
Yeah, I'll let you roll for it. 2 20-siders because double up is up.
I don't even know if 2 can save me.
Don't worry, just hope one's not a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I
if
believe
one's
in
I
you.
one
always
make-
do. I always hope 1 is not a 1.
It gets canceled out because I'm always hoping 1 is a 1.
Oh,
wow.
What is this? What is
Wow.
this? Oh.
Hey,
Hold on, I might be able to make that a tough choice. Give me a second
I
here.
mean, I have cards too, but God, why can't I roll these digital dice? Why? Oh, at least one of them.
All right, so we're gonna make 1 a tough choice, or
Yeah,
make it a 20.
just
Akhana's
did,
the
but
thing. It's
too
a
late.
20.
Oh, never mind.
What you
Oh, it,
see?
it bleeped out shitty. Sorry.
So, what you do see is, when they're looking up at the top of the buildings, you see 2 other frogs with sniper rifles.
Mm.
And the thing that Professor Winter missed is all of these frogs are packing. Like, they each have like guns underneath their coats.
I definitely think it's time for us to go.
Take your word for that.
Mm-hmm. I'll fill you in later.
Follow our little buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Your little buddy is leading you to like a very fancy looking building. Tons of stained glass. It's super it's super fancy looking. It doesn't look like many of the other buildings around here. It's just like he's out of breath because like he has tiny legs, but he wanted to lead you guys, so he was like running ahead of you. He's like, and here we are. It's like, I have friends inside that we all support the king.
All right. Well then, shall we go inside and talk to them?
Might as well. Seems like the best lead we have so far.
Yeah. All right. Lead on again. What's your name, little buddy?
My name is
Or title, if you prefer.
I haven't. I want to be the deliverer.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm the deliverer.
I'm going to use an
Alright.
ability for 2 AP. I'm going to use Persona and appear as a common person of average means. I don't like what they have listed in this list.
You can make things up. I'm perfectly fine with you just making something.
I'm going to be the doctor's assistant.
You're Ento's assistant instead of.
Yeah, I guess
Alright.
nurse. I don't know. Oh,
That-
we could be two
somebody's
doctors giving two
Somebody's gonna make
opinions.
fan art. I'm not
Yes.
looking
Oh,
forward to
no.
like Nurse Akhana fan art.
Yeah, no, let's change that to doctor.
No, doctor, yeah,
Akhana.
yeah.
So it's me, still,
You're my
you know,
associate.
still have a gun under my cloak, but like I have glasses on. I just have glasses on. That's it.
You're
That's
Clark
what makes me a
Kenting this-
doctor. Yep.
Alright,
2 AP well spent.
so you go into the library, and it is fancy.
Ooh, it's fancier than our library.
Oh, your library has a magic tree that has
mean,
crystals instead of leaves.
Yes, of
going
course.
on.
Yeah.
So
Just
Yeah,
book
and-
wise.
book-wise, yeah, book-wise, this place is full.
Yeah. Do not let Kay hear that this library is
We'll
better
never-
than theirs.
We'll never get them back. K satellite office.
So, for the crew, I see that you guys want to explore the city. This is the point where Nika is going to make a 20-sider roll for that, and I will tell you how that goes.
Be 2 20-siders given the double up.
Yeah, sure. Alright, so an 18 for one of them. And let's just hope that the second one's not a 1. Oh, no. Wait.
Ooh.
Almost the one.
I'm not saying anything until people, like... Until I'm sure nobody's going to touch those dice. I'm going to give it, like...
I mean, 18's pretty good.
An 18's pretty good. It's just, alright. So, here we go. Steady as she goes. As the crew are wandering around the city, like, taking in the beautiful architecture, and, like, Seth has already said that they are asking people about, like, how dangerous the forest is and stuff. You can ask about one neighboring city, and I will give you some information on that city, and then like a little bit of information about the people that live there. If any of you remember any of the cities that I have mentioned thus far, go ahead and like ask it, or you could ask about the mayor if you would like to, or you could ask about any of the other ones if you can remember the names that I have dropped. If not, we can roll a 6-sider and I'll give you a random bit of information. Oh, I realize that not every die needs to be touched, for sure. But that is the question I'm going to pose to the crew in the thing. If any of you can remember the names, because I've said multiple places. Or we can just give it to you at random. Or you can learn about the mayor. But as you guys enter this fascinating library, you see just what looks like a cat. Just a cat. Come walking down the stairs, like tutting. The tut, 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 tut. They never organize these well. And your little, like, here's your little salamander guy. And where's a cat? Cat. Yeah, cat. Like, walking down the stairs, and the salamander's just like, I'm the deliverer now! And the cat just turns and looks at him, and she's like, and I'm still the librarian. And he sees the rest of you, and she's like, you have brought guests.
Yep. When he says librarian, I immediately tense up a little bit.
Same. Like, touch the handle of my scythe, but I don't take it out.
We all just collectively flinch.
Am I being robbed?
No.
No, no,
sorry,
no.
sorry. Bad experiences with other much more murderous librarians.
If you can
I-
believe such a thing.
I haven't murdered in ages.
Oof. Okay.
We all have a past. Please don't judge. And like you see on his back is just like a stack of books that I strapped down with like a belt so that he can carry them around. What can I help you with? And it's like the deliverer is just like, they want to help us with the king. And like the cat looks at you all, the cat librarian looks at you all and squints his eyes a little bit. How so? And is specifically looking at Tlalli. Like,
Oh.
But no, go ahead, Ento.
No. You go ahead.
No, he was just like he's like glazes over the like not glazes over, but like looks at each one of you three and like, okay, I can understand. You're not with the mayor. You're not with the mayor. You're not with the mayor. You might be with the mayor.
No.
Well
That's
then,
not our king. That's not our king. You
Well, then
refuse
how
to recognize him as what? Such.
how can we help each other?
Well, I
Whoop! I unplugged my headset.
Oh no!
I'm back. I don't know why you guys all fear books so much.
No, it's the librarians we fear. Not the books.
Well, I fear books a little. I'm not quite the book learning type.
This cat is 100% just like a cat, by the way. He is wearing a vest and like a pair of corduroys. Like a vest, a button-up shirt, and a pair of corduroys, but he is cat size, not walking bipedal. He's walking on all fours, and he just has these books belted to his back as he like walks around, like reshelving them, which is very hilarious to see because he's like using his tail to press them out of the like belt and just catching them in his paw and then stacking them away.
I miss Peanut.
Peanut's safe. He's in space. He's doing great.
Well, like the deliverer said, we're here because we want to help. I and my partner here are both doctors, and we just wanna help the king to get better.
And he looks over, just like, and what kind of doctors would you happen to be? And like, before either one of you can say anything, the leech kind, I ask.
I like leeches.
And it's like, the librarian looks over and he's just like, don't we all? And he's just like, they won't let us in to see the king. I haven't been able to get in days.
Who is they?
They're picketers, but I don't believe that they actually care about fairness and well-being of the city. I believe it's for their own goals, and they are up to something. But I have no proof of this. And most of the city is all on their side with their fancy contraptions and their technology. And their catchy chanting. And you see the delivery like, no crown, no kings, no crown, no kings. It is rather catchy.
We were hoping to meet the king of the west side of Dyad. Have a little sit down, maybe assess his, where his head's at, decide.
We're gonna put a hole in his head.
Well, I mean, that's not going to be our first approach. I guess it's on the table.
Whether it's figurative or literal,
Mhm.
that's yet to be determined.
I mean, he
said we
has
were gonna put a hole in
ears.
his head.
So there are already 2 holes in his head. We might be able to use those.
There might be ears. We'll need to check that.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
The cat walks up to you all and like stands on his hind legs now that his books are all off of his back, and he puts out a paw. It's just like, my name is Thaddeus. I am the librarian of this here library.
Well, I'll be first to shake his paw. You can call me Nichol. I'm a pilot.
Of a riverboat?
I love this.
I mean, I can. I don't normally, but I'm probably good. Yes, I'm good with boats.
Have you been to Holt? Fantastic place. Best boats in the land. Beautiful craftsmanship.
Not
He just,
sure
like,
I have.
Stares longingly. She's like, I miss the river.
Actually, how do I get to Holt from here? Well, not important, just curious.
Holt is directly south. Like, where are you? He looks at your outfits one more time. He's like, are you from that new island?
When you say new, hasn't been there as long as you remember?
As far as we are aware, the island showed up about, well, at this point, about 3 weeks, about a month ago. Causing all sorts of problems.
So you're not a fan of that island?
It's not that we're not a fan of the island. It's just strange when an island suddenly appears in a section of the river that nobody has been able to go to in over 1,000,000 years.
1,000,000? Like, is that documented? I mean, you're a librarian, right?
She's just like, oh, for sure. And he wanders off. Like, because you asked him about a book, he just wanders off mid-sentence.
I was hoping he would.
He's just like, you know what? It's gotta be around here. Like, hold on. Can you roll me a 20-sider, Akhana? This will tell me how long it takes him to find this book. Oh, you're the one that started this.
Of course, yes, of course.
Oh,
you
yeah,
always
2
double
20-sided.
yourself. Yeah. Well, maybe it screwed me last time. All right.
So success. He comes right back with it. And it's like, now, this is mostly a work of fiction, but all myths are based in some level of truth, correct?
In my experience, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It says that in the center of the river, there has been a spot that no one may travel. It says that that part of the world consumes anything that goes in it, vanishing off of the face of the planet forever. Never to be seen again. And he like flips pages and he's just like, even the Delft and the citizens of Holt have often avoided this area. And it's actually like, and then he closes that book and he pulls out another book. It's just like he's like, this one's much drier. It's an economics book. It's very fascinating and explains the trade routes of the Holt and how they have managed to like avoid that section of the river for all this time. Like, it's just, you can see here, and he shows you like multiple like maps of a river, and you do see that there is a river that comes from the north and runs down. It starts off very small, but then quickly becomes huge. And it's like, this river was very wide, but now, and he takes a piece of paper and draws the map, and like draws the island in the center of it. It's like, now you can see, and like, I'll just move you guys back here. Like, we used to avoid this whole area. Like, as though, like, it was death, because it was. And now there's land there, and there are apparently people traveling to that location. It's incredibly fascinating, but I believe it will throw off the economics for many years to come. The trade routes are going to change massively. It's like, what kind of resources are on this island? Obviously, doctors are in great supply, as you have bought 2 just on this party itself.
Also, good news, probably less people dying from going in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we learned to avoid it, so we haven't had many losses. And he closes that book and he opens up another, like a much larger one. And it's just like basically obituaries for everyone in the city since like for the last 100 years. And it's just like, stickball accident, hit by a boat, hit by a boat,
Oh,
hit by a
God.
boat,
Oh my god.
hit by a boat, hit by 2 boats. And like he is like Thaddeus is going through this book and just gonna be telling you every cause of death for the last 100 years. And then like after a while, like the sun starts going down outside, and he's just like, yes, lost in the void. And he taps the book twice. Nika's gonna roll a 6-sider for me, and I will tell you guys a random fact about a city around you guys. Okay. So we have learned about the Holt. The Holt are south of this is like the crew is asking around people, and they're just like, you guys haven't met the Holt? You'll be fascinated. You guys should definitely. They have amazing boats. They're these long, slender river boats, and like people are describing them. Have you guys ever seen the boats on the River Thames in like London?
Mm-hmm.
Like those very long boats that people live in them. Like it's like these otters are fascinating groups of people. They travel like amazing jewelry craft, absolutely amazing, the best in the world, and also the best merchants that you've ever heard of. I'm surprised you haven't met them. They are deep blue in color, like their fur is deep blue. You can tell their wealth by how much jewelry they are wearing, and nobody ever messes with them because they trade with everyone. You do not cross one of the otters, because if you do, all of the otter's allies will find you and hunt you down. They live at the southern edge, and I will give you guys a little bit more. They worship the Guardians, which are giant statues at the edge of the river, right at the falls. So that's a little information for you all. They live at a place called Holt. I believe it's Holt. If I'm wrong, Nika will correct me, I'm sure. I might be, though, because I've spelled multiple things wrong in this world thus far. Hooray, I'm right! And now you guys get to, due to your success, you get to have another vote. Let me pull up that vote for you. It is not that one. Okay. Nika, do you have the 2 votes for the successful city thing?
I could have them momentarily.
Okay. You don't need to put them up right now, but like I dropped them in our chat anyway. So that is where we are, and Thaddeus is just like going through the books and being like, exactly. You see here, and he just keeps pointing out different things that explain that the silver thimble was never there before until right now. It's like birds
Okay,
don't even fly over that.
Oh, well, regardless, I think we have received the message. Perhaps it's, we ought to talk about what we originally came here for.
And like Thaddeus looks up. What were you here for? Ah, yes, you want to meet the king. And he restacks all of the books that he's pulled out into his little like book in his belt and like starts putting them all back one by one. It's like, obviously you've seen the picketers, so how would you like to get past them?
Well, first, Akhana, what was that? I'm sorry, Doctor. What was that thing you said you would tell me about later?
Well, I think the picketers weren't exactly what they seemed. My glasses pick up some additional things they may have been carrying that could be perceived as dangerous. So they weren't just simply standing there holding signs.
So they're that kind of picketer then.
Mm-hmm. Hired for sure.
You
And
think,
dangerous.
well trained, you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The birds that they were talking about were probably more of a threat to us than to them. They played it off really well. But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice a thing. I must be out of it.
No, you know, you were getting to know the deliverer. It's totally fine. Checking on him, doing the right thing.
The deliverer just like peeks, like snakes his head, and he hasn't like heard what you've been saying. He's just like, what are we whispering about?
We were trying to think of maybe what the next step is to getting maybe a meeting with the West King.
Yeah, if we have to, I do have at least one way where it'd be much harder for them to keep a beat on us.
We should definitely consider that.
Castles usually have like secret passages and stuff, right?
Sorry, what was that?
Castles usually have secret passages and stuff, right?
Oh, for sure.
If we could find one of those,
Like a
maybe we could
side
get in.
door.
Ooh, does the librarian have architectural plans for the castle?
Thaddeus just like, huh. Roll me a 20-sider, see how long it takes for him. Right. So it takes a while. The crew, it is nighttime by now. By the time he finds it, crew in the chat, you guys are all like exploring the city.
I have that candle thing that helps find stuff. If I light it, would that speed it up any?
Oh, sure. Go ahead and give me a 20-sider for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just one, right?
Yep, just one 20-sider.
Okay.
We're out of double up range,
God.
so a hard choice.
Oof.
It is gonna take a little time. Like, the deliverer just does a big stretch while Thaddeus is looking. He's like, would you guys like to get something to eat real quick? I'm starving.
What's the choice? I'm afraid I didn't catch it.
Oh, that is like, that's what it is. It's just like he was offering like, this will take a little while. You can stay here and keep looking. It'll speed it up, but we can go get something to eat, and it'll at least we'll be
Someone
full.
raise a roll by one.
I saw that. That was just like, he's still gonna offer this though. Like it'll happen faster, but like you guys can go get something to eat if you want.
I don't want leeches now.
I was like, I know just the place. And he does. He knows just the place for like to get leeches. He's just like, oh, and we'll have and he's just like, I can't wait. I'm gonna get a sandwich. And he just like runs out the door and like jumps and like claps his heels together.
Tlalli's gonna follow after him. She wants food.
We should definitely stick together.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Ento's
Try
a
and
little
split
hungry
this
too.
party.
Thaddeus is still just like talking with like his back to everybody. He's just like, it's around here somewhere. I know it's like architecture.
We may even be able to come back before he right before he finds. Then he won't notice we're gone.
It says castle in here. That's
Actually, are
not
there any
it.
random pieces of paper? Because I was maybe going to write a note saying, be right back, food. In case
Yeah,
he
you can
does
leave a
venture.
note for him for sure.
Yeah, you always leave a note.
Also, good idea. Yes.
So, you all head out, and you find this little shop here, and it's just a delightful little like corner shop. I need each of you to roll me a 20-sider. Don't worry, this is another one of those one where it's not terrible if you fail it. Oh, very nice.
Ooh.
Sorry,
Everybody-
my cat's trying to climb on me.
It's fine.
Cat
Everybody's-
attack.
Apparently what the dice needed was a lack of horrific pressure.
Yeah.
Right? No pressure. Just
Oh, no, I
Trick-
was
trick-
wrong.
Trixxie doesn't for some Tlalli has no idea what's going on. You all smell like very familiar smells. Like the closer you get to this, it's just like it smells like home.
Not our bread.
It smells just like Pastoran bread. Maybe not just like, but very close. He's just like, this is the king's favorite restaurant. Like, this is where I delivered to him from. And he opens the door and goes in. And it's just this like really quaint little bakery.
I'm gonna sandwich.
Yeah, so am I. This is really bringing back some memories of the old days when I had to do some gophers for Penny.
Like the guy behind the counter is just like, oh, hello. He's like, I'm the deliverer now. Okay, the deliverer.
He is as you can tell, he is very proud of his new title.
It's like, oh, what can I do for you and your new friends? We're hungry. One with extra leeches, please. And you just see him like, it's like cutting up this like thick loaf of bread and just smearing like some kind of pate on it, but it's definitely just really diced up leeches.
Delicious.
I look at Ento. We should probably get a whole one and see if they sell them individually.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe just like a jar of
That's a good
whole
idea.
leeches.
I'm gonna ask the clerk behind the table. Do you have any other proteins to make a sandwich with?
Oh, we absolutely do. We got our mung bugs. We have our wasp wings. We have, for the vegans, we have the honey. We have the blue honey dressing. We have pickled eggs. We have tofu, which is just literally tofu. It's the only thing that's exactly the same as the real world, other than bread.
You know that tofu sounds interesting. Maybe I'll try some of that.
Absolutely. Toppings? And like,
Does it go well with honey?
That's what I'm thinking.
now everything goes well with the honey. And he just like starts slathering the bread with the blue honey.
Light on the honey for me, please. I'm
Light on the honey. He just like scrapes it off and like puts it back in the jar.
I'll have what he's having.
Absolutely.
You know what? So will I.
All right, 3 of them. And how about you, young one? Looking at
I love
Tlalli.
leeches. I just want a lot
Shit.
of leeches.
Just all the leeches? Bread?
No,
No bread, just leech. All right, just
Leeches.
leeches. He you see him like reach his hand into like this just giant jar of leeches and slap it down on like the deli paper and fold that up and hand it over. There you go.
Put
It's like,
the whole thing in
oh,
my
and
mouth.
how about? I see your pet back there. Of course, we got pet snacks, and he reaches up back. Sorry, that came out. I know I just choked on my own spit. I'm salivating thinking about how great these sandwiches would be. And like, he pulls out, like it's definitely a wasp larva, but it's huge. It's about the size of a football. And he's like, I've got
my God.
dog treats. And he tosses it to your frog.
Frog immediately snaps it up. Tlalli looks a bit put out.
Oh, wait, did you want one? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I mean, who am I to judge taste? And he also gives you like a wasp larva as well. And like, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. I'm not saying you don't.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Any friend of the deliverer is a friend of mine. And like, he pays, and he's just like, this is excellent. This is the king's favorite place to eat. I deliver from this place all the time.
What's the
food-
king's favorite
Yeah.
food? Yeah.
Bread. He says it reminds him of home, but he's always lived
Mhm.
here, so of course it reminds him of home. He just starts like licking his fingers, like, I love the leeches.
Ento takes a big old bite of his tofu honey sandwich.
I'm
And-
sure it's absolutely. Oh, go ahead. Like, if you have opinions on.
Oh, he instantly breaks out in hives.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh.
Ooh.
Um,
Hey,
We
Wait,
found
wait,
out
wait.
that he's allergic to tofu.
oh.
You have-
Ento, I am not good at medicine. What should we do?
It's just hives. It's fine. It'll go away. And his stomach just starts rumbling and like, yeah, we'll be okay.
I mean,
Sorry,
you-
there. Yeah, I'm going to talk with the baker there. Sorry, do you have something who is allergic to literally everything?
We have tap water.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Let's see here. Was it the tofu or was it the bread? Or was it the honey? I've never met anybody
It was-
allergic to honey.
Oh no, I'm not allergic to honey. I know I'm okay with honey, but and bread's fine. So most breads are fine, but I'm pretty sure it's the tofu.
He looks at your
Yeah.
he looks at your hives. He's just like, I think I know the ticket for this. Just 1 second, please. And you see him like reach behind the counter and pull up like a stinger from a very large wasp. And he like starts like milking it basically into a glass cup, a glass, and then just mixes that with a little bit of honey. He's just like, here, try this.
And Ento just downs it without thinking, like,
As
oh, you know what?
yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
I was like, it. Remember that time you got like shot full of adrenaline?
Yeah.
It's that again. It's just like it clears up your hives instantly, but you are raring for action.
Okay, yeah, that did the trick. That was good. That was real good. I like it. Thank you, sir. What's your title?
I guess I'm the proprietor. Most people
Ah,
just call me. Oh, okay.
The proprietor. Fantastic.
If there's something
The
else you prefer to
deliverer,
be
the
called.
proprietor.
And he just like puts his hands on his waist, just like, the proprietor sounds great. We serve the king, he's the deliverer. We help the librarian.
Still trying very hard to avoid shuddering.
I see that the poll ended in a tie, so Nika's gonna have to roll 1d20. Not 1d20, 1d2. 1 is gonna be the Book of Legends, 2 is gonna be a friendly salamander. Book of Legends. Okay, so Nika's gonna roll 1d4, and I'll give you a legend from one of the 4 sides of the world that we know about. The one that we're on is 1, then 2, 3. West is 2, 3 is south, east is 4. 3 is south. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you all are wandering around, the information that you have gleaned is to the south, there is a race of creatures living in what can only be described as a scrapyard. A giant scrapyard as far as the eye can see. Like broken machinery that no one remembers what it was for. But in there is a race of people that are very like squirrel-like, the small mammal creatures that scurry into these into the scrapyard and find what they can and pull it out and recycle it to be useful for their way of life. And they have a legend onto themselves about one of their kind like thousands of years ago that abandoned them, that let them fall apart. And that one is who they are constantly searching for. They are searching for him to punish him for what he has done. They call him the Not Forgiven. And that's the legend that you have about the South.
Okay, I was typing. Sorry, what was the faux pas 1,000 years ago?
1,000 years ago, someone, like one of their kind, abandoned them and left them to their own fate. Alright, and so that one's that. And like, all of a sudden Thaddeus comes like bursting into the room. He's just like, I'll take one with all the sardines. And he's carrying a book.
Thaddeus, did you get our note?
Yes, like something to eat, and he only eats at one place, pointing at the deliverer.
I'm glad you found us.
Did you find the plans? Did you find the architectural plans? Is that what you got?
I did. You're gonna have to, sadly. How long can you hold your breath?
I got a spell for that, actually.
I'm gonna say we're gonna be okay.
I probably could hold my breath a bit. I mean, I can't breathe it, unfortunately, but I can make do.
Well, if it's in water, I have a spell for that. I think I can use it on other people, too.
I was gonna ask, can you use that on other people?
He's just like, it says right, like, and he like opens up the map and like he looks at the door. He's like, can you flip that sign? We don't need any unexpected visitors.
Yep, I go flip the sign.
Like as you flip the sign, outside you see somebody like, "Aw, I wanted a sandwich."
Sorry, we'll be back to normal hours in the
lunch
near
break.
future.
Ento just takes the rest of his sandwich, opens the door, and chucks it in this dude's face.
It's got a bite out of it.
Roll me a 20-sider, please.
This poor guy.
Like,
Oh.
just for the record, like a 6. Oh god, mixed 6.
Like it breaks apart through the door.
It just like hits it like this guy gets hit in the face with like tofu and blue honey. He's like, "Bruh, I'm allergic to honey."
Oh
Boom.
no. Great, now we have to treat him.
Ento takes the rest of the cup of that milk stuff and just chucks that at him too.
One more 20-sided, please.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Oh,
Absolutely.
God. Oh.
This man is unconscious now. Thunk.
Have fun with your allergic reaction while you're unconscious.
I'm
Boy.
going to look to the proprietor. Should we take him off the street or?
That's why people don't like us.
This is precisely why.
Nika laughing at this is why people don't like us. I can hear on the other side of the apartment. The proprietor's just like, close, just shut the curtains. Shut the curtains. Shut the curtains.
Closing the curtains immediately.
It's just like, okay. And like he lays out the blueprints for you all. He's just like, if we just go, just in the river here, we can make it through this tunnel and come up right inside. Well, it says the king's chamber, but it might be gross. Are you guys okay with gross?
We're doctors, we can
Right.
handle it.
I've done
I've
grocery.
I've seen worse.
Yep, same.
Okay. He rolls up the map. He's just like, let's go then. And it's the dead of night at this point, so you guys are like sneaking around. I have to grab Thaddeus and the deliverer, who I keep trying to name, but then I keep forgetting to name him. But so just the deliverer is his name from now on.
He was so proud of his title, he forgot his own name.
Exactly. He's just like, and Thaddeus is like, looking back and forth. You go in here, and it seems like, and based on, well, I'm a cat, so I don't do much swimming. How fast can you all swim?
I'm pretty decent.
I think
How
I can
fast?
keep up.
All right, excellent. Roll me somebody being like, either all of you can roll. Who wants to lead this sneaking mission? I imagine it's probably gonna be Akhana or Nichol. Just like,
I'll lead it.
I mean, I can engage my cape where the only thing that's visible is my shadow.
all right, and that's only for you though, right? You don't need to make a sneak check then. The other three, how would you go about sneaking?
In my case, I would generally there try to avoid doing a lot of stuff with the arms and legs, try to keep it to a minimum to avoid splashing, and actually use my back fins to try to give a lot of the propulsion.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and give me a 20. Akhana, you do not need to roll 20-sided for this one. Your turning invisible is your sneak.
Got it. Oh, yes.
Trafford is just doing a great job sneaking. And as for Tlalli and Ento, how are you going about sneaking?
Oh, Captain +1 him.
Oh, nice. I'll let that 20 ride for all of you. Like, you guys are just, like, basically drafting behind Nichol. I don't think that works in water. I'm not sure. But, like, we'll say it does.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me.
Middle of the night, we're good.
And with that 20, like, you guys, you wouldn't see, but the camera would see that there are guards out, like, looking around. They are definitely keeping their eyes out for you, but they did not see you.
For us, why though? We went to a library and a bakery.
It's who you're
Whose
talking
cards?
to.
Yeah, whose cards? Mm-hmm.
Oh, they are. The camera would see that they are the Linkertons.
Okay.
Those aren't cards.
Mm-mm.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. The bad cops.
All wearing blue
But you
jackets.
repeat yourself.
Yeah, right. So as you guys are going with the 20, I'm just gonna give this to you. You guys don't even have to like fight your way through it. You're swimming up, and like at this point, you're more climbing than you are swimming. Tlalli, you were gonna cast gills on people because
Yeah.
you guys are starting to run out of breath. But with gills, you're all fine. You make it to the top, and you come splashing out in this incredibly fancy room. Just move you guys here. And you see all around this room, there's just silver jewelry, like the workings on the window are silver. The also the frame of the bed, I couldn't get it to do it in Midjourney, but like it is also silver. And as you pop your heads out, you see a very familiar face sitting on the bed.
Reedy?
Serious.
It is just King Reedy. He's like, oh, thank heavens.
Yeah.
Oh my
Good
God.
evening, Your Majesty.
I've been here for weeks. What happened?
Why are you here?
I don't know. They say I'm king of half of a city. I was king of a whole city. But they say that this place is called Dyad, not Pastora. They don't even know how to make the bread right. And like, there's some other weird salamander that keeps threatening to eat me. I haven't let him in.
Wait, he wants to eat you?
Well, he threatens to eat me. I don't know if he's actually gonna eat me, but he took my communicator, so I couldn't call anybody.
He's pretty big. I think he'd try to eat you.
He would
Yeah,
try to eat me. I feel like he would.
Well, that explains quite a lot.
I don't feel like it explains much at all. What is going on?
Have you heard from anyone else from Pastora?
No.
Your wife?
Your wife?
Oh gosh.
He starts like closes his eyes and he just starts bawling.
I'm going to try to put a comforting hand
I'm-
on his
I'm gonna say
shoulder.
I'm not gonna hug him, so someone else.
He's just like crying like crazy.
Your Majesty, you're here. You are here. So, even if she is not here right now, be here and stay here for both of you. Be
I go
strong
and- I
for
go and-
both of you.
Put a hand on him, and I'm going to use relieve. I say something comforting,
Nice.
relieving a creature of anxiety, pain, and discomfort. I say, "Hey man, it's gonna be okay."
Yeah,
Say
give me a
calmer.
20-sider for that.
Say it
Like,
calmer.
I did say it calm.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yeah, I said it real
Nice.
calm.
with a success, like he's just like, yeah, okay. Thank you. You can always count on you guys. Like
Yeah,
if
man,
you could
we got
find
we
me,
got you.
if you could find me, you might be able to find her.
Hey, you never know.
We're absolutely going to put it on the list.
Yes.
With that success, I will allow all three of the navigations crew like to roll. I'm not gonna let cards affect these rolls, so it's whatever you roll is what it is. I'm taking the high.
Is this to get a bead on the communicator?
Yes.
Oh, I was just gonna ask.
20?
Yeah, 1d20. Oh,
Oh.
natural 20. Sick.
Woo!
Yeah, in the presence of Reedy, you pick up another ping. In his presence, it is definitely Sabbatha's ping. Sabbatha is somewhere in the world. She is far to the southwest. Not to the west, and not on the same side, but she is somewhere out there.
I'm gonna tell it to Reedy.
He's just, you mean it?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
she-
sure anyway.
Yeah, they're
He's-
good at their job. I didn't detect crap, but they know it.
he swells to his full height. And remember, Reedy is also really big when he's like at his full height. He's just like, oh, now that I know, we'll get out there. I am King Reedy, King of Pastora, the duly elected king. I don't know what's going on, but I won't be pushed around by some large salamander.
You know what it sounds like, Your Majesty? This salamander wants to be mayor, elected mayor. You want to be elected king. Sounds like you have a good old-fashioned election fight coming.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, I've heard, it's like based on these books and emotions to his bookshelves, it's just like, the city is strange. It has two kings. And just, I worry that Sal might be trying to push the city into a dangerous direction, making illicit friends, if you know what I mean. He looks directly at Nichol for it.
No matter what world it is, there always seems to be the bad element around. I've heard some bad things that recently happened from one of my friends, so it doesn't surprise me.
Absolutely. All right. So, just whenever I try to leave this room, emotions around it, all the silver fixtures and stuff, I feel really weird. Something strange. Like right now, in your presence, I feel okay. But this room, I feel locked in this room.
I mean, we can go out the way we came, I think. I mean, you can swim and go underwater for a while, right?
Oh, I most certainly can swim. Have I ever told you the time I caught a catfish this large? And he raised all 6 of his arms, go out. Well, all 4 of his arms, the other 2 limbs are his legs, go way out. And he's just like, I cannot reach that far.
Did you eat it though?
I most certainly did.
So you said you feel weird. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. If you leave this room, I think you may need to stay close to us.
Mm-hmm.
I will do, my friends. Where are we off to?
Well, we came into the water not far from a bakery, and we developed a little bit of relationship with the proprietor. He might be able to help us out a little to give us a safe place to. I don't want to say hide out. Wait, is Thaddeus still with us?
Oh no, Thaddeus is like waiting by the
Right.
by the side of the river, like
Right,
watching you guys' back.
What about the
Our lookout.
deliverer?
Yeah, and we could say not a safe place to hide out, a safe place for you to focus on your election and the search for your beloved wife.
We'll find her. If there's anyone in the world that can handle herself, it's Sabbatha. Love her so much. He definitely gets like a husky voice when he is talking about Sabbatha. It's just it's kind of gross. You definitely want to get off that subject.
I will admit, hey, how about we get going? Come on, buddy. Come on. Let's blow this popsicle stand.
He's just like, yes, friends, lead the way. And you guys don't have to sneak out. You guys can grab his token. I honestly was not sure if you guys would find Reedy today.
What?
I didn't know if you'd take the other side. Sal's pretty cool. I like him.
Well, there's still time to make deals.
Reedy's head pops out first, and the deliverer and Thaddeus is just like, my liege, bowing. I am going to roll a 20-sider here, and this is against you all, just so you know, but I'm not mean. I'm just letting you know.
Yes, you are.
I'm sorry.
We have 2 baby birds out there.
Yeah. Can I use a card on it?
Yeah, sure.
Can I change the person in the card effects? I don't know what the card's doing, so I probably
This
can't
was
do that.
no, because nobody's played that card yet. I mean, that changes the card effect, and I really got to rework that one.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking
I'm
of
sorry,
reverse polarity.
Yeah.
Gremlin says -1 to accrue or chat roll, not.
Yes.
Okay,
Not
no
to a
problem.
me roll. Roll.
Mm-hmm.
I'm special.
Mm.
I'll just tell you, like, there's going to be a spotlight on Reedy, is what that card, I mean, what that role is doing.
I mean, my cape's not big enough for both of us.
Nope, I have a plan B. I
Okay.
immediately take out my wooden cigarette and blow some freezing fog out to obscure the spotlight, give us ability to get out of there.
I can help with Cloud Call if that will make it any better.
Oh yeah,
So
super
cool.
foggy, you guys. And with the whoops, what that person lost was track of Reedy, track of you all. Like, they saw you come out, but they don't know where you all are. Like, with like the super misty and like creepy night that is going on right now. Let me see if I can do that. Will this work? Roll 20, let me do it. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, nighttime.
Excellent.
Ooh. Production quality.
Ambiance.
I know. I'm getting so good at this. So you guys can run through the streets now, and they saw you, they saw the king leave, but they do not know where you went. So you guys are perfectly safe. Where would you like to go to? Sandwich shop, library, back to the airship? What's the plan?
Those are. I mean. Okay, visibility wise from the castle, or I guess the guards, where do we have a better chance of not being noticed?
You guys can go anywhere right now without being noticed. That's what
No, I
you
mean,
guys.
like,
Oh, go ahead.
after we get there.
After you get there.
Like, if the curtains are still pulled at the sandwich shop, and it's dark, middle of the night, no one's gonna be going there for a sandwich. Is the library a public place, or is it closed at night?
It would definitely close at night, for sure.
Okay.
I think both of those places are probably equal levels of safe.
The airship is right in front of the East King's castle.
Yeah, airship landed dead center.
Yeah.
So
I think we want to go there just yet.
that would be a couple rolls to get there, and you still don't have his communicator. If you guys are after that before you leave.
Yeah. Let's get someplace safe and then talk for a second.
All right, library, or someone want to roll for it or make a decision? I'm fine with either library or bakery.
I hate making decisions.
Let's say library.
I was gonna say the bakery is a threat to Ento, right?
Ooh, yeah.
No more hives.
I think, is the library bigger than the
Oh yeah, the library is most certainly bigger.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
let's
like
do
that
that.
would be a little bit safer for like different rooms that he could hide in.
Do I want to check if that one guy's alright?
No,
That'd be
he's
fine.
fine. Let's
That'd be
go.
fine.
We threw stuff at him. He's fine.
Well, yeah, that was the problem.
Stepping over his body on your way to sneak into the castle, and then like you go back to the sandwich place, step over his body back on the way back.
The library. See,
I
totally
cast
fine.
a quick mend on him.
Yeah, the doctor said he was fine. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, trust our opinion. We're good. He's fine.
Is this
That's
what you
right,
guys
that's right.
do in cities?
Shh. Sometimes. I mean, it depends.
I mean, if you see a random bum on the ground, you just kind of step over him.
I have
Leave
definitely
him at
stepped
peace.
over a homeless person before. Very specifically in New York City. Like,
See, it's part of the culture. Let's go.
I wasn't happy about it. I just didn't know if he was dead, and I didn't feel like I was responsible for this.
Same.
I don't think I'm responsible enough to know to poke this guy and figure out if he's dead. So you have all returned to the library. I think it's gonna be Tlalli. I'm gonna ask you to roll a 20. No, Ento and Tlalli. Both of you two roll me a 20 side.
Okay.
14's pretty good.
I'll take it.
Just don't be a 1. Believe in yourself.
Oh, I'll live.
It's okay. I'm taking the 14. I would have taken the 1 if it was a 1 because, you know,
That's
how
one.
sacred 1s are. Ento, you discover that Reedy, if he's outside of a 10-foot bubble of any of you 4 wearing the communicators, he starts getting like weirdly blurry, and like you can see him like holding his head like he doesn't know what's going on. But the second like one of you come he'd get him back in that bubble, he's perfectly fine.
Ah, poop.
If I just keep my frog near him at all times, will that work?
Does your frog have a communicator?
Yeah, the communicator's a key.
I'm not saying he doesn't, because Squishy did.
Right.
Well, Tlalli might want to communicate with her frog, so maybe.
Sure.
I'll have to go work
And if
for
we're all
everybody
gonna
else
be-
now.
If we're all going to be together, we can leave a communicator with the frog.
Bonk. Reedy's too big for the frog, like for him to ride the frog, so the frog's riding Reedy.
And now it's a hat.
Look at it. Reedy's just like, yes,
The brat.
this is perfect. Now I also have a communicator. For now.
Well, yeah, it's just keeping you from those pesky headaches.
Yeah, I think we're going to need to try to get his communicator somehow.
Yeah, for sure. So we have a bead on Sabbatha's communicator.
Yes,
Or we're
but
still not sure.
that is miles and miles and
Okay, how can we get a bead on his?
you already did.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Wait,
That's
it's in
what the hide
house,
and seek
right?
card
castle.
did.
Oh, right.
You know you know where his communicator is because you played that card. You just didn't know it was his.
Mm-mm.
It is the top floor, right
course.
here.
Yep.
Well, it's way up in that tower. Second though.
I mean, the top looks airship accessible, but it would be real obvious if we all just loaded in there and flew it to the top.
Yeah, the other thing there is that since he seems so interested in us,
Mhm.
I'm just going to mention this. Is there a possibility of a deal we can make?
Oh, did we lock the airship?
Oh,
Please tell me we
yeah,
locked
yeah.
it.
I'm not stealing you guys' airship from you.
Well, I mean, I was afraid of someone going in and... I mean, I guess they already know everything about us. They don't need to go in there and look for stuff.
I mean, worst case scenario, I bet Valentina's in there with guns.
Fantastic. Keep it secure.
They
Check.
probably,
Guns and Crabbert.
They did see
Oh.
us, so they probably know we have the king. So that might be a point against us.
Okay, the guards saw King Reedy leave. Did they see them leave with us? Or, like, they just saw him pop out?
They just saw him pop out.
Okay.
And
So they
then you
don't
guys
know
put up
he's
the-
with us.
They don't know
just
he's with you guys.
He's not in the castle
Okay,
anymore.
good.
The timing does seem suspicious. I will let you know.
Maybe, maybe he felt like fresh air for a minute.
He swam down through his toilet for fresh air,
Like as one does.
as one does.
Oh, okay. How do we solve this problem?
Well, I mean, the Sal wanted an election. Let's give him an election.
Reedy's just like, I could show myself to the people. We could rally support around me, and then he couldn't just take me out of the way. I am the king. Remember that. I've heard them say that I am the absentee king, and today I will fix that. We will make ourselves known. We will become the power in this west side. I believe that this is what needs to be done.
Yeah, rally your people. Drive those nasty picketer East Siders out of here and
Just
take
another
charge.
thought. Just another thought. Instead of being contentious, he did say duly elected mayors. Now, is the king title? I mean, if it's 2 mayors, you still run the whole place, right? But you would have to compromise a little bit. I mean, Reedy, that's something you can do.
Political
Things-
change will not happen just overnight. But
That is fair.
I feel like I will. Can I count on the Wander crew to have my back for this political power? You'll need to stay in town with me temporarily. Is that?
The
I
whole
will-
crew?
The whole crew. This
Yeah,
is what
I
I
don't-
ask of you.
Don't think we can get everybody here. There's a lot going on at the Silver Thimble. That's a big ask. What about drumming up support from the people on the west side who already love and adore you?
That is definitely a thing that I will accept, and I do believe I can get much support. How about you, Thaddeus? And Thaddeus is like, let me check, let me count, and he pulls out like a big book that is just like the political leadings of every single person currently living in Dyad. It's just like, okay, it says Albert is on the east side, and
Okay.
with the
While
east
he's going
side,
through
it
that, Reedy,
says-
this Thaddeus should absolutely be your campaign manager. He has a read on everybody. He can provide you with information and statistics and maybe useful strategies for co-mayoring a semi-divided place.
Reedy looks at
Didn't we
Thaddeus.
say the Salamander King wanted to eat him?
Maybe we could find some common ground and say that that's a rumor, and we invite King Sal to disprove that. And if there's an election, it's supposed to be duly elected mayors. They don't have an opposition, or they do? Because if they're both elected,
Then,
An election.
of course,
Go ahead.
if they're both elected, then of course the elected King Reedy can have the opportunity to show how his leadership through deeds and to show the superiority, and then maybe have an election against each other.
and I may have spoke too soon, it looks like, from what I'm hearing, a little low-key on my communicator, that several figures of the Wander crew would be willing to come and support Reedy. And a show of good faith that he can lead with King Sal. It's like the captain obviously would come and stand in, and even Krieg from Market Square.
Market Square!
Yeah, I mean, you know how influential he is.
Did you know they have a Krieg's here?
I did not know that.
It's on the west, and it's on the east side, though.
We could throw a political rally there to gain support and donations.
I was very
I
confused
think
by the
Krieg
existence.
would be all for that. Yeah,
It's like,
Krieg would absolutely be all for that. I'm sure of it.
excellent.
I think
go ahead.
we should give the deliverer a job.
Oh yes.
Let him deliver
Flyers?
the word.
Pamphlets?
Yes, of
Bread?
of the West Side King's return.
Absolutely.
Power move.
Thaddeus is just like, to the printer, and like he has like a old like newspaper printer like right downstairs ready to go.
Yes,
And it's just
I'm
like,
so glad
what
we
is
didn't go
the-
to bakery?
What is the message?
Ooh.
Somebody write me up a
Um,
message. What is going on these flyers?
Maybe titled "The Return of the King," and then below, the duly elected King Reedy is here to announce that he will stand to run as king for the western side.
We want to say mayor. I think we'd want to downplay
Yeah.
king.
Yeah.
Duly
right,
elected
yes, yes.
mayors.
Yes. Yes. Is it King Reedy to be duly elected mayor?
Yes.
Yes.
And they can both govern the city from their 2 towers.
leaders.
The Fellowship of the Kings.
Oh no. What did we do? New title, Fellowship of the Kings, print. It's gotta sell like hotcakes. Oh man. Get sued.
I'm trying to make a there and back again joke, but I'm not getting there. One
Well,
king to
we
rule them
got
all.
got there
Nice.
to the
No,
castle
two
and back
king.
again.
Two kings to rule them all.
Two. Let's keep in mind, co-elected. No losers. It's a win-win. Ooh, put that on the flyer. It's a win-win situation.
All right, who wants to roll to see how good this flyer is? You know what? No, we just did all that RPing. We don't need to roll. It's a good flyer. We know it's a good flyer.
Yes.
Right. So, it is morning. Thaddeus, like you're all super tired, as like, cause this is like the kind of printing press where you still have to like
Stay up all night.
you have to stay up all night and put the letters one by one, and one typo ruins the whole thing.
Roll to see how many typos.
Yeah, let's see how long it takes. I'll roll for Thaddeus. Oh, he did great. He only had like 2 typos, and it's just like he was spelling Reedy wrong.
Oh, okay. Well,
So it's
make sure it's in there, right?
So let's all take to the streets. It's the morning. This is the busiest intersection. It is dead center. It is the crossway that cuts off the east and the west side of the place. And you all are armed with tons of flyers. Thaddeus is out there giving out flyers. The deliverer is just like spreading the word. He is just like handing these flyers out. The rest of the crew in chat, like anybody that wants to help, you are also helping. If you are helping, can you give me a Reedy emote so I can try to count? You only need to do one, and I just want to count how many people want to help him.
Oh, I got real excited for his campaign. Can I use my death cannon for shooting off confetti and like little Reedy-shaped confetti? And then King Sal-shaped confetti together?
Oh, yeah, roll me a 20-sided. Let's see how that one's working.
Gonna cost me 3 AP too. I closed my
absolutely.
eyes and it was a 17. That's the
So
trick.
yeah, like you like shoot your confetti cannon in the air, and everybody's like, "All right." The marching band sees you guys there, like, and they were practicing. And they just start playing Whistle Stop again. Like, okay, I guess it's like, yeah, I guess it's the parade. The Akhana's leading a parade of like people through the city. Just like really doing it really well, but still dressed as a doctor.
Yeah.
Who's this doctor?
Ento is trying to conduct the band with his lollipop.
Fantastic. You should be handing them out too.
Oh, he's chucking them out left and right.
Like a Mardi Gras float.
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys suddenly have floats now?
Oh, I mean, just take over one of these big cars.
Looking like,
Reedy has
heavy
commandeered a car.
No, that's not. It's not good political.
Not in a bad way. He's just
Okay.
Like one
With
of his
permission.
supporters is like,
yeah, one of his supporters.
Let me
is
drive
just,
you around.
It's like bobbity bitty do do.
You're gonna get us turned off.
Just throwing like candy to all of the people, and you guys do see like as you get further onto the east side, where is his token? Sweet, I got a sick ass robot token that I didn't know about. Look forward to a sick ass robot in the future.
Friend or foe?
Phobot.
Oh no.
You see Sal take a step out of one of his like office buildings and look over at all of you. And he like tips his hat to you all like going by. He's like, well played. Well played. And he's just like, he comes out and he puts his. I have to like flip his. I hope it doesn't look terrible if you flip him horizontally. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. He comes up and like, Akhana, you're able to like block him off from. Like, so that it doesn't. It looks like he might be coming to assault Reedy, but you guys are able to like.
I take a stance, but not intimidatingly. If that's just
Yeah.
like unaware.
Yeah,
like
I'm-
not unaware, unaware. That doesn't sound right.
I'm also going to be standing right next to Akhana to be providing additional support.
Just eyes.
Like everybody's just like, yeah, Krieg's at Market Square. Thanks.
Market Square West or East Side. I don't
East
know.
side. This Krieg's is at east side. And you see Sal like as he's like walking, he's like taps his cane on the ground, and basically the whole crowd goes silent, including the marching band. And he looks over at. You see him like look directly at Krieg, and he's just like, I would like to speak to you in the future, little lizard. But
Noted.
the king has returned. We're all very excited. We're back to our system as normal. We will hold this election, and we will have a fair election and make sure that I remain mayor of the eastern side. And when he says like the side, it's clear that he is upset with having to have just one side. And what you do on the western side is up to you and your followers. And he's just like, go ahead.
If I may speak for King Reedy, is that there is one thing that I will say there is that he understands the need for something to be duly elected. So of course, is that of course we will see duly elected in another sense. Is that of course Reedy would be honored to act as the duly elected mayor of the West Side.
And he looks around at you all, and like he is taking in like the whole crew that is here as one, like looking at the guns and stuff that you all are holding, like just not holding out, but the death cannon that Akhana fired.
Confetti cannon.
Yeah,
I mean, pretty obviously.
Yeah, I'm also going
Giant
to give
ass sword on Ento's back.
Ento has a big ass sword.
I did.
Oh,
a
no,
couple
he-
blades
like,
too.
he's-
so-
He's taking them in like in a good way. Like you guys having these weapons are good. And he's just like, mm-hmm.
Good for who?
He looks over at Tlalli. He's just like,
What?
are you sure you've picked the right side, small one?
Pretty sure my frog likes the big frog.
A shame. We could have been good friends.
I'm
I
only
sense a
friends
bit.
with my frog.
Oh. It's like, I have recently gathered some information. And like he folds up a piece of paper.
Ooh, spy glasses.
Okay. On that paper, you
3
see
AP to zoom in.
you see a picture of what looks like a human woman. Tlalli, what did your ex-girlfriend look like?
From what I remember, she had short red hair and a sword, and she liked chasing me.
It's like that's what you see on the picture. It's just like, I've heard that this person is looking for you.
I'm gonna get a restraining order.
Lady Slickfeet.
I know a good lawyer, so we'll help you out.
It's getting ridiculous at this point. God damn.
Ugh, clingy people, am I right?
Like Sal like leans his head back, chuff 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 chuff. Oh, I'm sure we'll all be great friends. once this misunderstanding is put behind us.
Yes, I will welcome a chance to have nice, pleasant talks once everything is behind us. And then I just smile, but with only my teeth.
He smiles, but he doesn't have teeth because he's a salamander.
Hey, King Sal. There is one piece or another piece of business. If we can, is it possible to meet in your tower and, come together as what your first, thoughts on being duly elected mayors and how things are going to go? I also I've gotten some information that you may have something that belongs to King Reedy, and I'm sure for the sake of cooperation, you may want to return it to him.
Yeah, I heard
I'm
that
sure
you
I
lost
have-
it and you graciously found it. I heard this rumor.
And you
Right,
were keeping
everyone?
it safe. Yeah, I definitely heard that.
He looks at all of you. I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, you would just, for a sign of good faith that you will both govern cooperatively, wouldn't mind taking us to your office.
He squints his eyes at you.
That's fine.
Roll me a 20-sider. See if you can, are you trying to convince him or are you trying to intimidate him?
Ooh, well, we've done this diplomatically so far, so convince.
Alright, give me that 20-sider.
No!
Ah,
Why?
Oh,
Anybody else want to convince him?
who's gonna lower it by 1? Who's gonna lower it by
No,
1?
please. Seriously, it's already
It's a race.
bad. I have face planted in the mud
Um,
already in this game. Please.
Ah, we roll.
Oh,
It
Great.
could still be a 1 though. Alright.
I know. I was like, well,
Still
I
a
don't even know
chance.
if this is bad. Why? Why?
Sorry, Prophecy. You were a little too late. The reroll got Nika will refund the 20 because you can't change the reroll one.
can I play a safety peanut on that one? Or?
You can play the safety peanut. I will accept the safety peanut
Okay.
because that just acts like that roll never happened. So
That means I have to roll again.
if you want to do it, what happens is Akhana basically has that conversation in her head and then realizes that whatever you were about to say is not going to work. If you want to do that, you have to take a different action. If you want to try to roll again, this one has to be the intimidation route instead
Oh.
of the political route.
Actually,
I think I'm
maybe
gonna.
I could do that.
Yeah, I was gonna make
if I-
eyes at Nichol and.
Yeah.
Maybe you can convince him.
Yeah, I'm going to go in and, of course, talk to him quietly and calmly there and say, "Now, Sal, was it? Thing there, you obviously know a good bit about me. The thing is, I'm sure you've learned the stuff I did as part of the captain's crew. I'm sure you may have learned what also got me the captain's attention and the sort of work I did before I joined the captain's crew. The sort of who I did that work for, the things I did, how that worked, and including the occasional scream, the occasional bit of pleading. Here's the thing, Sal, friend. What I would like to do is, I would like to make sure this is very fair. And in this case, you really don't want to find out how it would turn out if it goes unfair, and how I would feel if I'm allowed to be unfair. Do we understand each other?"
All right, make a roll. You get a +1 because confidence is up. Natural 20.
Oh.
It looked like you threw it too.
Oh my god. Is that how you get the 20s to come
You
out?
just gotta throw it.
You
I
chuck 'em.
Yeah,
will.
absolutely, I threw it there. I mean, I want to show purpose.
So I would like to do something as well.
Sure, go for it.
I asked King Reedy to come over. I motion him over, and I'm standing right next to Sal. Do I get King Reedy over? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So in order to help you two both govern effectively and fairly, and I place a hand on Sal and a hand on Reedy, and I use lifelink,
Oh, snap.
entwining their life forces together, tying their fates together.
Oh, I want that move so bad.
Should anything happen to King Reedy, the same thing will happen to you, Sal. Good or bad, you know? If you guys both cooperate and prosper, all the better.
You see Sal like doing a little like he's moving kind of slow because he's like a cold-blooded amphibian, and you see like a bit of like ice has like gone along his collar from the conversation with Nichol. As he like stiffens up his shirt, you can see like frost like go off of it. He's like, ugh. Your point is taken. No need to play so rough. I understand. I have it on good authority that you could find the item that you were looking for yourselves, but I will hand it to you. Meet me at the I will have my courier deliver it to the sandwich shop within the hour.
Of course, it's a pleasure to do polite, fair business with you, sir.
He's just like, he motions to one of his men, my top drawer of my desk. Get it and get it fast. I would like to be done with this for now. As he's like brushing all the frost off of his coat. He like goes back into this building here. He heads up the stairs. He's just like, this will be all for now. I look forward to doing business with you again at some point.
As do I.
But Reedy's just like, excellent. Now, how do we make the city more secure for us? With our particular issues, like motioning towards the communicators. Do you have a way of making a larger scale one of these? Looking at Akhana, it's just like, how would...
We definitely do. We have that technology at our disposal. We would actually be interested in opening trade with both sides of the city.
We will definitely need... He snaps his fingers. Those radio towers that you were building before.
That would have to be a much larger discussion. Those aren't really up for trade.
No. Not the trade, so we can communicate.
Oh, right.
I'm the king of the western side. We could build one of those right outside the city walls.
You could definitely try that.
We'll lay out the blueprints for it soon. And he's just like, Thaddeus, bring me maps.
I think my diplomacy is backfiring.
And
to be on our wavelength to communicate with us on the right frequency, we would have to make some sort of written agreement that your communications tower would only be used that was in a way that was decided on and agreed upon by both duly elected mayors. Did you say king? This was a mayoral election, right?
I mean, we'll work the terms out in the coming days.
Okay.
So we're gonna end this game with like Reedy like hustling with Tlalli's frog still on his head because his communicator has not been returned. It will be. He'll get it back. And Thaddeus is writing up a agreement that for Akhana to sign and to look over and to sign. And oh, go ahead.
I don't think I can definitely deliver this message, but it would have to be looked at by our communications team as well as captain, because I'm an officer of the navigation department, but I'm not like permitted to make these types of agreements. But it will definitely be looked at and discussed.
Reedy's just like, of course, and he winks 3 eyes at you, and then a fourth one.
Don't be weird.
That's like, well, I do enjoy. I'm glad to be back in this new world. Fascinating. Did somebody say free drinks? And he heads in the direction of like Krieg's at Market Square. And that is the end of Steady as She Goes. You all will be remaining here for now.
Yeah, I'm not leaving my frog.
Of course not.
Huh? That's only fair.
I want to find a quaint little room in the library and do some reading, gathering information.
I have a few other errands I'll probably need to run around here.
I'm gonna hide from my girlfriend.
That's a good idea. You should definitely stay near one of us.
Tlalli, roll me a 20-sider. This is not a 20-sider to tell you like a success or pass. We already know like your girlfriend is here. You're willing to see which side of the planet she's on.
Oof.
7. I feel like 7's actually really close. Seven is the south. 7 is really close. She is not very far away at all.
I'm gonna stay near Reedy. She won't do anything if I'm near Reedy. I don't think so anyway. Can I play my slots card?
Your slots?
I was gonna give you a middle of the road.
Oh no,
you
want to
put it on
the
10th?
I just want something.
You want to put her on 10? Okay, we can move her further away. So she is on 10 instead of 7. Oh yeah, you can go ahead and play your slots card, and then we'll take care of that in the Discord workshop channel. Oh, just roll me a D100, and I will get you your item. I still owe Sept an item for rolling a 20 on his gacha. You guys got another gacha done tonight. I don't know who played that, but it is done.
Oh, a bounty, yeah.
Yeah, the bounty.
No combat.
Because there was no combat. You got close a little close, but did not fully get
I missed that.
D100 here or Discord?
Oh, you can just do it right in the right in here.
Okay.
And I will send you 89. All right.
Nice.
So Warlord played it. So Warlord is getting a silver gacha, and the rest, and all 4 of you are getting a silver gacha. Not combat. And I don't count the hitting that guy in the face with a sandwich and then a bottle.
It wasn't intentional combat. It
wasn't combat. He
bad
didn't fight
aim.
back.
Right.
I'm just
wasn't
really
combat,
bad at
it was
delivering.
medicine. It was medicine.
It was a rough diagnosis.
Ento is the deliverer.
Oh, you can't take it from him. Oh, I was gonna ask if I could somehow deputize a deliverer as a wander crew assistant, or I want to give him a little bit of navigation edge or cover.
Give him the official badge. the nice badge.
Absolutely. It's just
Give him a
kind
little
of really
navigation.
quick with her metallurgy knowledge and stuff.
Yes.
Writes the deliverer on it, and it looks beautiful.
Yes.
He pins it on his chest, and he's so proud. He's just like, I am the deliverer.
And anytime you need anybody from navigation, or you need some help or you get in a tight spot, you let us know.
I will. He's just like so proud. He's just like beaming. He's just like walking around like chest puffed up, like showing everybody. See it? See it? I'm one of them.
Also, I can get you a special tour of the sub if you keep your ears open and tell us any good information that may come your way. Things that we might want to know.
My frog.
But don't tell anyone else.
What's a sub?
I can't wait to show you. Just think metal floating underwater.
Oh my god, a little underwater riverboat.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, you can call it that.
Fascinating. He's like vibrating with excitement.
People really like riverboats.
Yeah, we're gonna have to rename everything that we own.
You're on a large river. You're on like the biggest river ever.
And besides, boats are cool.
Boats are cool. All right.
Boats are
Real-
cool.
Real quick recap for today's game. We have come to the city of Dyad, which is with a successful studying of the town. I will tell you, the Dyad is the combination of Duet from the Seasonings world and Pastora from the Liminal Plane. That is exactly what this is. Reedy is king of half of it, while Sal Amander, which is a mafioso type version of the Salamander King from the Seasonings world, is king of the eastern half. Sal was trying to become the mayor of the entire thing. He wanted to rule the whole place, usurp power from Reedy, because Reedy was the absentee king, but also Sal's a little power hungry. He has plans. The eastern side is more technologically advanced than the western side. We did not get into that today, but it is noticeable. This city looks like a combination of New York City and basically medieval castles. It's a beautiful city. I love the city. Has a giant river running right through it that actually separates the two, but there are so many bridges that sometimes you don't even know that the river is there, because they build houses right on top of the bridges. You all, through a successful espionage, which is amazing considering the crew, managed to
Oh.
And our rolls.
and the rolls. The rolls are pretty rough. You guys did very much do the spy shit. Snuck in, swam up through the sewers and freed Reedy, got him out of there. Noticed that due to Reedy being there, you've discovered that Sabbatha, Reedy's wife, also is somewhere in this world, and used that to convince Reedy to become who he was. And it's he's super excited. He's really looking forward to being king again, and he's doing a great job. You all put on a parade for Reedy and made it known that if Sal wanted to take out Reedy, he was going to have to do it publicly now. And Ento set a lifelink between Reedy and Sal, so if anything happens to one, it happens to the other. So Sal is not going to be trying to assassinate Reedy. You have reclaimed his communicator. It was waiting for him at the sandwich shop. You all are getting free drinks at Krieg's at Market Square. And you all staying put to make sure that Sal's group, the Linkertons, will not be moving in against Reedy or his people. He has the Linkertons, Sal has the Linkertons, Reedy has you. It's basically there are two armies, and you all just having a Cold War right now. And speaking of Cold War, Nichol intimidated intimidated Sal so hard that he is not going to be moving against you. You guys don't have to make any more rolls about that. He he will definitely be plotting, but he will take you all very seriously. And Reedy and Thaddeus are drawing up plans for like radio towers to be placed around the city so that you all can A, function within the city without being split into like without the worry of your communicators going off, and B, being able to communicate back and forth between the Silver Thimble and Dyad. The crew studied the city, learned about the city, and they learned a legend, and here's a legend for Not Forgiven one more time. To the south, which is the number 7 side of the map, there is a culture of people that are very squirrel-like. They live in a huge scrapyard full of machines that are unknown, like what their purpose ever was. But they go out into those machines and pull back and recycle any goods that they can and build these tall structures out of them. But they have a legend in of themselves that one of their kind abandoned them thousands of years ago and left them to this fate. And that person is referred to as the Not Forgiven. And that is steady as she goes. And tomorrow we will be building one of those towers. You all are spending a lot of time in the city right now. Like, whoever volunteered to say, you guys can go back to the Silver Thimble and like go back and forth, but Dyad is not your home base right now, but many of you are staying here to keep people in check.
Gladly.
Oh, absolutely.
So that was today's game, and I hope everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
But man,
Oh
it was
yeah,
fun.
this was a fun one.
It's okay.
Yeah, it was good.
It was twists and turns every minute. I'm not having anxiety. Are you guys? No? Oh gosh. Did I breathe the last hour?
Yeah, there were twists, turns, and all kinds of adrenaline.
Oh god.
Ento's adrenaline is finally worn off, and he just wants to sleep now, man.
Ento's just in the back seat of that car as Reedy's handing out candy. He's just like,
Reedy's just pulling it out of Ento's pockets. And
that's what I
checking
was
it.
thinking.
Endless supply.
Reedy's wearing the lab coat, just reaching his pockets, like throwing. Alright, so we will be playing again tomorrow. Yeah, Sal will talk to you, but that will probably happen in-game, Toast. Like, Sal wants to talk to Krieg, but that will happen in a game coming up in the future. Then probably the next time we have you play. Just setting things up for the future.
I'm gonna get real comfy in that library and read as much as I can.
Also a good hook for... Oh, go ahead.
Alright, listen, I'm gonna get more leeches.
More leeches? Absolutely.
You're
That
gonna
sandwich
be
shop is... Like, Reedy's just handing out sandwiches, too. Lollipops and sandwiches, and he's decided to put lollipops in the sandwiches. It's just like, don't swallow the sticks! Oh, dude, they're delicious. And he just throws...
Oh no.
He just takes a handful of, like, them and just puts them in his mouth and swallows the whole thing.
This is me voting for Tlalli pops being like leech lollipops that are an item in the store.
Oh
Alright,
man.
alright.
I don't know what that's
Yeah,
gonna do or
lollipops.
be.
Officially
Seconded.
made.
Seconded.
Motion passes.
Yeah, motion passes. It's like, fine. Alright. Can you four roll me a 20-sider in the thing? This is for your gotcha, so I know what to give you guys.
Oh, okay.
And Warlord's got to roll later, so... Because he went to bed.
Yeah, Warlord died.
Like a fool.
Oh, I was tired. I was trying to roll and stream.
I keep trying to click the stream. Okay. Tlalli's getting coins. Akhana's getting cards. Corey's getting a magic item.
Ooh.
And... Yeah, Professor Winter gets a magic item. Corey gets a magic item. Akhana gets cards. Trixxie gets coins. Alright.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Look forward to playing everybody tomorrow. We are playing a game called Bit by Bit. We are Gonna kind of explore that scary forest a little bit. We're gonna build a radio tower. It's got Ceylon in it, it's got Leo in it, it's got Patagon in it, and it's got Young Meat, who is playing Erwin. If nobody remembers, he's a big weird eyeball guy. Look forward
it's
to
been a
it.
while since we've seen him.
Awesome.
So we will see you all tomorrow for that at 5 p.m. Pacific, and bye forever.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.